Hi everyone, hope you had a relaxing Christmas and New Year. It's David again here in Brisbane, Australia for the Dads Are Equal channel here on YouTube. I've been out with my kids this morning and it actually went pretty well. So I guess this posting today is about hope and about positiveness and I guess just giving you guys out there some reassurance that despite the difficulties that you may go through, and no matter how hard the alienation is to deal with, that there is a glimmer of hope, and you just have to be consistent, you have to be positive, you have to tell your kids that you love them, you have to show them that. And even though there's always a sense of lack of normality, by that I mean, the kids' behaviour may not be always 100%, or there's things about their life that they won't share with you because, you're deemed to be the bad guy, or you're deemed to be the evil dad by the ex-partner, that you can still do your best and you can still try and have a loving relationship with your children. It doesn't make it right though, it certainly doesn't make it easy. My journey has been a long, long one. Now 2009, so it's been 9 years for me, and things are still not right, things are still difficult, and still some things still make me very, very upset. The things that I've had to endure, just as many of you guys out there have had to endure some of the worst pain. I truly know what it feels like, and I truly can relate to you. Not being able to see your child, hold your baby, be with your child on Christmas Day, on their birthday, being restricted from ringing them. When you do ring them, you get blocked, get told, they're going to get the police to contact you, and all this sort of rubbish. It's just not on, and it could be worse cases of alienation, being abuse claims. I've got a friend of mine in Sydney who's just going through some problems at the moment, and he's been potentially levelled with an abuse claim. I feel so much for him. It's just a attempt and a tool that the person that's got the child uses to stop the other person from seeing generally his kids. It's just wrong. And again, I get back to my earlier posting where I talk about when a man and woman separate, that there should be an automatic presumption of 50-50 contact immediately. Not, after you go to court, and not after you win court orders. Let's just have an immediate assumption. So the second it happens, unless both parties agree otherwise, that there is an immediate 50-50 level of contact. Because again, I get back to this key issue that I keep talking about, being that here in Australia, one parent becomes almost the custodian of the children, whilst the other parent gets treated as a second or third rate citizen, and immediately then the dad generally, who becomes the second rate citizen, begins to lose the relationship he has with his children. Inevitably he's forced to a court situation, lots of bad stuff happening, losing his assets, and fueling up the legal system, which really benefits from this whole terrible mess. If things are automatic, if both parties knew that on separation that the assets were divided, or maybe there was a requirement that all marriages had some sort of agreement, like a prenuptial agreement or a set contract, it would be a hell of a lot easier, you'd think. I know it doesn't solve every problem, and I know there's always specific cases out there, but so often now we're hearing the same old stories. Man and wife separate, two people separate, there's a custody battle. It turns bitter. The children are the victims. The children are denied access to one parent generally. One parent is pushed out and has to fight to see their children. It's generally the father. Again, I've got a lot of ladies on here that I sympathise with as well, that have been on the end of an abusive husband, or you know, I totally can relate to that. You know, this is a non-sexist channel. It's about the right for children to grow up knowing both parents. Parents shouldn't have to fight to go to see their children. Parents shouldn't have to be forced to court so that they can bring their own children on their birthday, just as in my case. Parents shouldn't have to you know, go to such extreme lengths, and particularly financial lengths, to be able to see their kids. And you know, same old happens here over and over again in Australia. Separation, long court disputes. You know, all the affidavits in the world saying all the things, you know, good and bad about both parties. Generally, they're both bad, and you know, then the court dishing up some sort of ruling, which up until recently assumed that the dad would have less access to the kids. Now, again, why should the father be content and be dealt with less access to the children? Why is a father a second-rate citizen? Two parents to create a child, a man and a woman, and both parents love the child, generally, and in both cases where the parents want to see the kids, then, in my opinion, both parents should be equally allowed to see the children. Now, recently a family law court judge here in Brisbane came out and said that he's retiring. He came out and said that he was so troubled by, you know, this giving dads access to children. He's very troubled by this, and he's very troubled, you know, that it's causing the kids to have two homes. Well, what do we do then? Let's consider the alternative. What's the objective about it? We give the children the home. Let's call it with the mum. And we have a generation of fathers that grow up longing for their children, kids longing to know their dad, to grow up. And there's plenty of studies about children that grow up with one parent, but generally they don't develop as well as living in a household with two functional parents. That's fact. Not meaning that children can't grow up. Many kids have to grow up with one parent, sometimes none. But generally the ideal situation is with two functional parents. And you know, so here we have a judge that wants to have a whole generation of children grow up that are separated with one parent. So then we have a whole generation as well of men, generally, who can't see their children. We sit back and we wonder why we have such high suicide rates, why depression is running at an all-time high. Why Beyond Blue, which is our major depression centre here in Australia, is doing record numbers of traffic, because dads cannot see their kids. They've already lost all their assets. They've worked hard all their lives. They lose those. They lose their kids, and they're expected to just get out and pay huge amounts of child support. I'm not saying that child support is a bad thing. It's definitely there for a reason. But they're just finished off totally, and let's finish them off emotionally as well. Destroy them completely by taking away their children and making it, you know, the right thing to do by the child. Now, this in turn, what does it mean to the child? The child's not old enough to make a decision. The child's not old enough to be able to say, yeah, this is normal just to have one parent, or no, I want to see both kids. Of course, the child, if someone out there loves a child, then they should be able to see and be with that child. Love is a hard thing to find in this world, and you know, if it's there to be given and there to be received by a child, then surely God, it's the right thing to do for a child to be allowed to receive that love and that care and attention. It only makes sense to me. Anyway, that's much of my thoughts for today. Thanks for listening to my channel. Thanks for your comments. And I ask you to come back and make some comment and some postings and tell me about your experiences. Thank you to the people that have sent me their videos. And anything that's of interest relating to Dad's rights. And I just say, just keep up the fight. Dads are just as important as mums to a child. A child has a right to two parents, and we're all equal in this world. So don't settle for second best. Don't be allowed to be compromised. Fight for your rights to see your children. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to fight for your rights to see your own kids. All the best, everyone. Till my next posting. Happy New Year to you.